Hi, I'm Craig Spector, and I'm here today to read to you Chapter 7 from my sixth novel, and the last novel by John Skipton Craig Spector, Animals, which is out now in ebook form from crossroadpress.com. Animals is a werewolf shapeshifter story, and this chapter involves Vic, the bad guy, who is constantly on the hunt for his lover Nora, who's constantly on the run from him and seeking to find a new alpha that she can bring up to speed before Vic shows up like he always does. So, here we go. Chapter 7. The Bonneville moved through the night like a shark through dark waters, following the scent of blood. It was a late model beast, its hide spattered and gravel-scarred from too many back roads and unpaved parking lots, the paint jobs stippled with road salt and rust until it faded to a bruised brownish red, the color of scabs. The license plate was mud-caked to the point of illegibility. Like the car, it was stolen. It was not a problem. The owner would not be looking for it any time soon. The driver pressed on the gas, nudging the big car up to a stately 70 purr. The engine roared to life, hurtling into blackness as the road opened up before him. The sky above was crystal clear, alight with stars. The headlights and dashboard illumination were off, the better to blend with the night. The driver didn't need them. He could see just fine. Up ahead, a sign proclaimed, "You've got a friend in Pennsylvania." The driver chuckled as it disappeared behind him. He was a hulking shadow behind the wheel, one hand steering languidly, while the other draped over the empty passenger seat. He was completely underdressed for the cold, clad only in battered leather duster, black t-shirt, and jeans. A tiny chain of skulls dangled from his right ear, jiggling from the wind and the road. A scar bisected his left cheek, a thin seam that arced from the corner of his mouth to the outside edge of his eye socket. It was the sole imperfection in his otherwise killer good looks, and even at that gave him a dangerous smirk, as if he was possessed of some secret, lethal knowledge. A tiny silver bracelet dangled from his grasp. An uncapped bottle of wild turkey was nestled between his thighs. He reached for it, took a long, sweet pull, felt it burn through his bloodstream. It put a nice edge on things, sharpened him up for the hunt. The road was a secondary highway, utterly deserted but for the big rigs that periodically rumbled past. Utility poles and power lines whipped by like ghosts, punctuated by the occasional darkened house. Cold breeze blasted through the open window, rustling the papers scattered across the floor. Road maps and local music mags from a half-dozen backwater burgs littered the interior like a telltale trail of breadcrumbs offering leads. The driver sniffed the air, testing it. He could smell the locals, tucked in for the night in their little crackerbox cages, all snug and safe in their beds. No cages for him. Not now. Not ever. He sneered at their smug assignations, reveled in the uneasy glances he inspired. It amused him, filled him with contempt just as surely as he filled them with dread, the shapeless fear of the herd. He could feel their brows tensing in slumber as he passed, a fleeting shiver like a bad dream flitting across unconscious mindscapes, then gone. He was a predator, cruising through a land fat with prey. There was danger in his gaze, death in his kiss, but not for them, not tonight. Tonight, he had other plans. The radio burbled under the roar of the wind, a smoky, sinister groove snaking out of the speakers. The driver smiled, thumbed it up a notch. Bass and drums conspired with a lonely guitar to pump out an insidious backbeat. The singer's voice was husky, ripe with threat. "Last call for whiskey, baby. It's time to drive you home. Let's pray it's not too far from here." The driver fingered the bracelet. His hands were big, prominently veined, strong yet strangely delicate. The bracelet was a pretty little thing, a dainty chain with charms hanging from it. Long fingers pinched each one by a turn, like a string of rosary beads, reading them by shape. Heart, bell, flower. His fingertips were smooth, the skin tough as glove leather, and pebbled like a dog's paw, utterly devoid of fingerprints. His touch, like all of his senses, was keenly attenuated, highly tuned. The bracelet was a souvenir from a sweet young thing he'd scarfed and had died 2 nights ago just outside of Morgantown. The memory of her still lingered on his tongue, soft and pink and tight, sweet young meat in fishnets and boots and a black leather bustier. Pace cymbal, guitar, a tiny silver skull. He hadn't even been interested at first, so caught up was he in the hunt. But then their eyes had met, and she smiled, and the spark lit within inside him. And it dawned on him that it had been a while, really, far too long, in fact. Her breasts were small, but very firm, like the rest of her. A spinner. Her hair was a dark cascade of curls against milk-white skin. He liked the way her hips cocked when she danced, a grinding circular motion. Dagger, crucifix, devil. He took her down the road a piece, and then he took her right there in the back seat, her legs hiked up over the headrests and spread wide to receive him. He liked the noise she made when he slid inside her, full of hunger. He gave her what she wanted. Then he took what he wanted. She fought him at first. He liked that even better. On the radio, the music played. "'Cause the road is rotten, honey. You know the road is long. A lot of things can happen